everyone, I'm Despina Nicola from Dare to Begin Life Coaching, and I really appreciate you guys joining in. It's such an honor that I show up every Sunday, and I've got some beautiful souls out there that follow. It's just such a privilege to be able to talk to you guys and share my beliefs of the world. Today we're looking at the superhero and becoming a superhero. We are actually all that person. We are all superheroes. We were born that way because we have the divine in us. It's our birthright because we are the children of the Lord. So we have that superpower in us anyway. We are innate superheroes. And so looking at becoming a superhero and not becoming, looking at our powers, you guys, and how to find that inner peace. It's about going into the realm of possibility and looking at our extraordinary powers, because we have the power to do that. I personally am 53 years old, and I just love Flash. I love this fictional person who I believe we have all got traits of that power. Now, if I were to be Flash, if I were Flash now, I would use the confidence he has and his ability, his assertiveness to actually help what's happening with war and all this destruction at the moment. Just these downtrodden people, men, women, children, and I would try to help them. Their echoing cries. I mean, how wonderful it would be to protect the world and to provide love and all of this. I mean, these powers, these fictional powers, they captivate our imagination, and no matter what qualities or no matter what struggles we're going through, just like Flash, we have the ability within us. We have the ability to work through them, no matter what age you are. It's about perseverance and courage to overcome these obstacles. It might be a person who's just divorced. It might be a woman who's struggling to bring up her children. It might be a man who has left his household and everything that was new to him, he's left that. It might be someone who's lost their jobs. It might be somebody who, I don't know, who is in a war, like what's happening now. It might be earthquake. No matter what happens, you know, these obstacles, it's about finding the strength within us to be able to fight them and to fight the tendency to be downtrodden. It's about standing tall in the face of adversity. Now, what I love about Flash is the action he takes. He sees a problem, he's acting on it straight away. And it's like in every episode, there's a continuous pursuit of evolving things that he doesn't think he can do. He's continually getting better and better at, and he's growing. And no matter, you know, I mean, he's going through so many detrimental, he's fighting so many powers, and he's fighting it, and he just he just gets over his fears and his doubts through action. He just acts on it. Now, you guys, on a personal note, what I find is there are unseen forces that force you to go into some kind of downward spiral. It might be, I don't know, they're vicious. It might be, you know, your favorite, you're trying to battle some kind of addiction, or some, I don't know, some kind of your laziness, or maybe there's self-gratification, your laziness. And when you've been defeated, when you're trying to get through this, there's this unseen negative force that brings you down a downward spiral. And we can get through this, you guys. It's about being adapt to any situation and being disciplined. And we can recognize that unseen force. It's and getting help, you guys, when you feel that that unseen force. This invisible adversary cannot get its way when you guys and me are vigilant. The unseen force will try to block our path to fulfillment and achievement, and it will try to bring us into self-gratifying ourselves, and it will try to just say, be lazy, lie down, you know, don't do the work that's needed. And it will try to discourage us from going ahead with our life. But it's the person who's got a divorce, who's just become separated or whatever, that can show up for their children the next day, who can get their children off to school, who can show up. It's the person who's lost their job that can show up and get the applications out for another job. Or it's the person who's been discouraged in life, who has been shamed, who has been bullied, that maybe have had their house taken away from them through debt. All of these people who are fighting that unseen force can get up the next day. Even if we follow society, which is a consumeristic culture, to try to buy to make you feel happy. No, it's not about the external, you guys. It's going in and showing up with your true destiny. It's becoming your destined true self. The world tries to entice you to seek fulfillment by gratifying yourself, maybe with watching too much TV, or maybe porn, or maybe, I don't know, food, or maybe drinking too much, smoking too much, smoking weed. I don't know. The world will try to entice you. Maybe buying too much. These are all like self-gratifying things that the world tries to entice you with. Or maybe it's procrastination, being lazy, not getting out, not getting that job application out, or not showing up for your family, for your kids, for your parents, for whatever, not studying, you know, just being lazy, or not working hard, not bringing home an income. Or it might be the discouragement that you've been knocked down and you find it really hard to show up the next day because you've been so hurt and humiliated. But once you face the unseen force, which for me is food, I mean, I don't know, at night I just want to binge eat as soon as I get home. But what it is becoming so disciplined and evolving into a better person. The laws of physics show that if you follow this unseen force, you will go down the downward spiral. Okay, so it's about being stronger, fighting this unseen force, because it's a natural thing. The law of physics will pull you down. But we want to follow our life force. We want to alter the course that the unseen force is trying to pull us down. And we want to go to our life force that the Lord has paved out for us, because we have a mission here. The chances of us being born is 1 in 400 trillion. And we have an intended path. And instead of following those unseen forces that are going to push us down through self-gratification, through laziness, and being discouraged from getting out there and conquering, we are just going to go down. We're just going to go down. It's the law of physics. It's about, I think, the tools we can use is being mindful. So as soon, like for me, as soon as I want to open the fridge, I become mindful of it and I label it. I write it down. I'm opening the fridge, and then try to do something. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, do something else, like put music on, or go and pet the dogs, or listen to a song on the radio. I don't know. Another thing we can do is journal every day. I've just downloaded a journal from the internet, which I would like to do every day, and it's a prayer journal about setting out my my prayers for the world, for me, for everyone. And you know, another thing is confiding in a trusted friends. Women do this a lot, men don't. You guys start talking about your problems, open up to a trusted friend. And despite all the chaos in Flash's life, despite all the chaos, he does manage to defeat this negative force. He does it. He does it. He truly conquers these negative force. But because he's so focused on what his purpose is, what his intention is, he connects to the life force, which is the God-given force inside of us. It's our birthright, as we are the children of the Lord. It's our spiritual connection with the above. And the Lord connects to that. He connects to that. And with that, he receives the love, and he listens, and he understands what he has to do. That's all it is. And he can endure these trials he goes through this life force. Isn't it wonderful? And he does. In every episode, he defeats the negative force in every episode. And that's what we have to do. So what tricks does he do? I've watched Flash, and I've watched what he does, okay? I know it's a fictional character, you guys, and I'm 53 years old, but hey, we can all do this. We are all superheroes, you guys. The first thing he does, you guys, my light fell. The first thing he does is he shows persistence. He focuses on his goal and he persists. He never gives up. When the odds are against him, when they push him right to the end, he pushes forward. He doesn't stop, and he finds new ways of altering his ability in order to reach, to get over the obstacles. Amazing. The next thing he does, number 2, is adaptability. Flash is able to adapt to any situations, be it that there's fire whatever, lightning, whatever's placed in front of him, he's adaptable, and he's able to challenge himself, and he's quick on his feet to come up with creative solutions. Amazing. Yeah. Another thing he does is his discipline. Okay, it's about consistency. He's always training, he's always working for his highest good, and he's committed to his mission. He wants to achieve, and he puts his mission before anything else, because he's working for a higher good. And that's what we do as parents, or as people that are protecting our, in New Zealand we say whānau, ikoyenia, our family, our familia. That's what they do. We work hard to protect them, to provide for them, to create a better life for them. And another thing he does is teamwork. He never works alone. There's always a backup team. I'm talking to you guys out there. You can't rule the world by yourself. I mean, you can't protect your family. You can't provide for your family. You can't create a better life if you haven't got a backup behind you. The most powerful thing is your backup, the value that builds strong relationships. It will, that you just need that hand that will help you get over it. And all of these things, they come together and they bring you to the life force. The life force will give you the power to overcome adversity, but it's not a quick fix solution. It's commitment, it's consistency, and it's exploring new ways of doing things, but you can be committed to growth. It's about tapping in, though, to the inside, the connection to God, your life force, and fueling the flames of inspiration that are in here, deep in here. And you can bring out your life force. And you guys, it's nice to sit down at the end of your bed, like Jordan Peterson says, and sit and think about your life, how it can be improved, you know, and connect to that life force, because we are the difference. We by persistently pushing forward and adopting to new disciplines and valuing the strength of teamwork, together, we can unleash who we really, really are. And we can be a compassionate person and share the empathy and the love and the resilience to our fellow beings. You guys, I sent this to my brother today and I really loved it. I just sent it to him. Basically, there are 3 things we need in life. They are truth, beauty, and goodness. These fundamental concepts will change our understanding of the world. Truth, number 1, is about our pursuit for knowledge, understanding, and uncover the objective reality that exists in our subjective perception. So sometimes, you guys, we are brought up to believe something that is not right. But it's about getting beyond the objective, getting beyond the subjective of what we think the world is and finding the truth. The next one, you guys, is beauty. And beauty is, okay, it's nice to see a nice looking guy or a nice looking woman or whatever, or a nice car or whatever. That's not the beauty I'm looking at. We are looking at the beauty of the natural wonders of this world, creation, and how creation evokes emotions in us, and how these moral values and ethical behaviors of beauty brings out our true beauty inside of us. how we can be compassionate and we can show empathy and be just. And, sorry, the last one was goodness. And the goodness, sorry, and it encompasses our moral values to actually be very, very compassionate to people and be just a good person, you guys, so we can coexist with truth, beauty, and goodness. Now, let me see. Now, can I work this? 1 minute, you guys. I'm just checking something out. No. I can't see if anybody's watching. George, is anybody? I can't see who is watching today, you guys. I'm sorry about that. There is something wrong with my computer. But there we are. There we are. George, thank you for watching. And Shaza, God bless. Yeah. Richard, oh my goodness, so many people. So, hello to John Ryan. Thank you so much for watching. Shaza, hey, good morning. And Richard, thank you, Richard. Controlling your thoughts and being disciplined, creating beneficial routines. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Richard. That is so sweet of you. You guys, thank you so much for watching. Yeah, you guys, let's go inward. Let's start, releasing that life force inside of us to create a better world for all of us to live in. And yeah, that's it. You guys, you can join, you can look at more podcasts on that'sbeenanicola.com and watch the YouTube channels, and please join our group Dare to Begin Life Coaching. You guys, our Facebook group, of course, Peace, Love and Rainbows. And just remember to join us next week, where we will be looking at disasters, because that's what's happening in this part of the world, and how we can learn from these disasters and what are the lessons in them. Oh, it's so sad. So many lives. You guys, very, very sad. Very sad. Remember, you guys, to live your life. Peace, love, and rainbows. I love you guys all so much from the bottom of my heart. See you next week. Bye, guys.